wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
Elf, what are you doing on Gek's raft? Where's Gek? Who are you? What a load of Rotho shit. No way a mushroom killed Gek. Get him, fellas.
Can't give up. Onward. Find a route. vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
Elf, what are you doing on Gek's raft? Where's Gek? Who are you? All right. No reason to get your tongue in a twist. Well, come on. Let's get you to shore. You'll need to report to the sergeant. You lot, keep patrolling. I'm heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
Sideways. We've got a welcoming party.
You shithead! Time you showed up, we got trouble.
Spit it out! Sergeant finally choked on True Soul Near's prick.
Rugno! The twat soul caused a rockfall. Trapped tighter than a ring on a fat finger.
You're shitting me. You pay up?
That's the trouble. He's got the gold on him. Sergeant's arm is falling off with all the gnome slaves she's been beating. Who's the hoon, Greyman? Another slave for the dig. That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The Dwergar is not infected, yet your minds resonate.
I'll be. You ain't shitting. Felt the tingle. Your twat soul chum owes us a load of coin. You want through? Make a donation. Unclog your hole. Just shitting around. But I'm warning you. That twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon. Thank you. Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mistra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. Though not, I think, my methods. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. And he almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms. Until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? The answer was to try. And the outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. Rather worse, actually. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth. I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need? Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
For a spell. Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the Weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worse comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls. I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need? Tell me, what can I do for you?
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you. Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
This is hard to bear. I hope we're able to continue on our way before too long.
I know what you mean. Everyone is so unhappy.
Dead drow, publicly displayed.
Well, I meant
The
more than
Dwagar
molten
sending the
rock and
message.
plunging chasms, but yes, the folk leave something to be desired as well.
Present company excluded, of course.
Hey, stick shit!
Hush you.
It's stick
Stop
pig,
fishing for
you
compliments.
piss pot.
That's what I said! Stick shit! Shit! You got one of Nair's moon lanterns, Jacques? So, if you're heading Moonrise way, you ain't getting far. Not without one of Nair's pixie lamps.
Toplands are clogged with the Death Dark. Choke you in no time.
Go on.
Get some air. But don't go cursing me if that shadow shit snuffs you.
Death Dark doesn't sound very inviting. Can't say I fancy our chances without freeing Nier and getting that moon lantern.
Hurry it up, dick shit.
Yeah, don't get your twat in a twist.
Anything for that absolute talk, you think?
Murdered dwarfs up, if you ask me. Not turning my back on Ladua.
Good thing you got me. You wouldn't survive a 10-day.
What's a fort like this doing in the Underdark?
Whoever built it, they let it rot for ages.
How peculiar. Smooth face, cobbled edges. They're a sign. A sun dweller in these parts. Look here, my topside friend. I need fresh eyes, and I doubt I'll find the rock. Take a look. Tell me what you see, and be thorough.
Several glassy stones, the hottest of flames, smoothed the stone and left sulfuric crystals behind. The fires of the hells have touched Grimforge. The statue's meandering curves, and you consider the difference.
Anything standing out?
Boulders and what this pattern signifies.
What do you think? Sulfur. Of course. Alas, you've left me with more questions than answers. Am I so? Well, let's see what you've got. That's all then.
Gold accents aren't too tarnished yet. We might be able to chip them off and melt
Which
them.
way to the nearest library?
Absolutely not. Or you'd be killing history itself.
This again?
Yes, this again.
Looking ahead.
Didn't you hear? Do I need to rip the extra flesh off your ear?
That orb
Faster!
with the scrying eye. Someone's watching.
Best be on our guard.
Half these walls are still standing.
Move it!
Back on your feet or I'll bite your toes off one by one. I'll peel your balls to potatoes if you don't move. And you better hope that's the worst. Faster! Heat up some rocks! Let's see how the little pricks do when we strap fire to their legs.
Charming. Hell is truly where we make it.
Move, Hoon! I don't have time for Drugnan outsiders.
The parasite stirs, but it's a mere tickle. You hear no thoughts or memories, just an echo of scars that never healed.
A true soul, eh? Useless wreck of a lookout could have told me. Glad you're here to take responsibility. Tunnels collapsed. Trapped true soul near. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. We don't get him out soon, it's both our heads.
The famous Near. Subject of the Myconid's ire, no?
Place is older than bone dust. Previous tenants left a trap. Dropped a shit ton of metal once we dug a ways in. Get Near out, and you'll have the Absolute's blessing. No doubting that. Not a one. Unless you count tacking aboleth fangs to my whipping cane. Entrance to an ancient temple. General's orders, Nier said. Must contain something important. He got me to recruit non-believers. But not everyone's seeing the Absolute's truth. They don't get paid soon. I'll have a riot on my hands. Thought you would. True souls don't abandon their own.
As you near the rubble, a fragmented voice clutches at your mind.
The true soul. True soul. Finally. You must clear rubble. Filling poison. Expedition. Passage trapped. Gnomes useless. Don't trust Bergs. Get me out!
The view through Nir's eyes is a blur. You only make out a bit of rubble and few moving figures. The blur resolves into an image. Two gnomes feverishly removing debris, while two others lie dead at Nir's feet, their flesh scorched by powerful magic. You sense Nir's frustration, tinged with rage, as the connection fades.
Yes, true soul? Scrying eye. Nair says the absolute scryers see through 'em. Watching. Judging. My arm's near dead from the lashing. The prick squeaks are digging as fast as I can make them. You don't know about the seat of the Absolute? No doubt you'll see it for yourself soon enough.
The gnomes speak in soft whispers, the words all but lost in the hot air.
Smoke powder. Philomene's gone, and if she's smart, she won't be coming back. Tell the sergeant where she went. Beltron's still trapped with that maniac Nier. Forget the smoke powder. They'd kill Phil on the spot. I won't let you do it.
Great gods. How could you know that?
You can do that? I mean, of course, True Soul. Thank you for sharing, sir.
Damn it, Larida! We've lost enough of us! I'm not losing Beldron too! Sir, our friends are trapped in the cave-in. And I know a way to get them out.
Bug, please! True Soul Nier will... You know what he'll do.
Bug, don't!
I've got no choice, Larida! We have to chance it! A few days back, there was a scene. Our friend Philomene, she's a sapper, set off a blast and ran off. We set a spot for hiding if someone found trouble. I'll mark your map. If Philomene made it, you'll find her there. She'll have the stuff to blow that tunnel wide open and get Beldron and the rest out.
Let's give them a hand, shall we? Only decent course of action, if you ask me.
Please don't hurt my Phil. I beg you.
Hurry! Our people won't last in that cave-in forever.
And you better hope that's the worst of it. You prick's got some nerve. Clean up this mess. Near dies, heads roll. And that goes for novices, too. The slowest of you lot is getting tossed to a roaster in heat.
See where the notes... God.
Get over it.
Know any good gnome jokes?
Coming up, sure. They're starting to rot. You've got a brain of your own. Use it.
Ain't been the same.
I say you're scamming the lot of us. Good thing you got me. You wouldn't survive a 10 days on your own.
10 day.
Persistent. I'll give you that.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Unless you're here to kick some stiffs lakeside, I suggest you bugger off. Nah, rockfall smashed them. Can't have them stink. The half that weren't crushed are digging the true soul out of the wreckage.
Rocks.
You spot a shiny trinket on one of the corpses.
Thank the
Absolute.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Any day.
Deep gnomes, killed under the yoke of slavers.
Really? Save your prayers for someone who at least had the spine to fight back.
How about a thank you?
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Eat and drink freely, for the lady doth come.
Hells.
that might be worth a look. What's that?
I'm way too big.
Take a big swig. Fill you right up.
Look at the skeletons. You realize they are all clad in the same dark armor.
Dark Justicia uniforms. These were Shah worshippers. The same as me.
Still, if whatever managed to murder a group of Sharans is still around, we had better watch our step.
No time to dally.
Let's move.
You, grab a cane and whip these Drugnin beasts into shape. That rubble needs clearing. and my patience is hanging on by an arse whisker. And it sounds like your arse wants for a lashing, the way you talk out of it. Something spooks the dumb shits, so stop your jawing and get to working. You got no need to know, and I got no need to tell. So get to caning or to leaving.
You see only the most mundane of rocks and minerals.
Shit. Sooner give a lurker a lick job. You're one of Near's, eh? Don't go bursting those head veins. I ain't joined your bat-brained cult. Go on then. Light a fire. Fetch him some else. Shove moss in your own.
The creature is disturbed, its breath quickened by anger and fear. The Rothe seems calmer in your presence. Its eyes flicker towards the Dwegar, burning with raw, bestial rage. The Rothe regards its Dwegar captors balefully, then utters a deep, angry bellow.
Bloody Rothe have lost it. Put him down, and the shark too.
Moving.
Need to act fast. Take you. Take you. Can't afford to let up. Take you. Take you.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Now this is my happy place.
Need to stay focused.
The Rothe pauses, then growls in assent.